Shall we rise to receive counsel? We shall call on Reverend Professor Kankambuidu to give us the opening prayer while we remain standing.
So let us pray. Almighty God, you who are the source of all wisdom and light, we thank you for this happy occasion that brings us together as student, faculty, family members, and friends. May this day not become a time for mere celebration of academic achievement, but may it also be the day of consecration and dedication. We thank you for our university. We thank you for our Vice Chancellor, faculty, parents, pastors, friends, and minds that have prepared our graduates for this wonderful occasion. May we witness your presence as we go through this ceremony. This and many others we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Let's kindly take our seats. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the 7th session of the 54th Congregation of University of Cape Coast, and this is dedicated to the School of Graduate Studies. At this point, I'll call on the Chairman of the UCC Governing Council, Professor Obimreku, to give the welcome address and opening of the 7th session of the 54th Congregation.
Honorable Minister of Education, ably represented by the Deputy Minister of Education, Honorable Reverend John Ntim Fojo, Professor Olushalo Oyewole, Secretary General of the Association of African Universities, Honorable O.B. Amwa, Member of Parliament for Akuapem South and Minister Designate for Local Government, Vice Chancellor, members of the University Governing Council, Nana Amba Ayaba, Krontihine of Ogua Traditional Area, past VCs of UCC, Vice Chancellors of sister universities present, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, members of Convocation, distinguished guests, our friends from the media, dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everybody. I am delighted to welcome you all to the 7th session of the 54th Annual Congregation of this university. This session concludes the 54th Annual Congregation for the conferment of postgraduate degrees and award of postgraduate diplomas to persons who completed their programs of study at the end of the 2020-2021 academic year. As indicated, during the 5th and 6th sessions held yesterday, these concluding events of the 54th Annual Congregation were originally scheduled to hold towards the end of 2022, but had to be postponed indefinitely owing to a long industrial action embarked upon by workers' unions on the campuses of public universities across the country. As chairman of the University Governing Council, I am very happy that calm has returned to the industrial front and that all staff and members have resumed work. Years ago, management of the university took the decision to hold congregation as close to the end of examinations as possible. It is my hope and wish that university management will get back on track to ensure that our students are able to graduate on time to stand a fair chance of competing with their colleagues from other universities on the labor market. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not by accident that we have dedicated the finest moment of the 54th Annual Congregation to graduates of our cherished School of Graduate Studies. This is an indication of the premium the university places on graduate studies and research. All over the world, graduation ceremonies are considered special occasions on the calendar of events of every university institution. Graduation marks a watershed for students after months and most times years of study. It is undoubtedly a time for both students and teachers to celebrate their hard work and accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware that beyond positioning the institution as an entrepreneurial university, management also has the intention of making the university a research-intensive one and is taking steps to achieve this. While the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy will play its part, any genuine push towards this objective cannot succeed without a strong School of Graduate Studies, where research work is churned out. I therefore challenge the School of Graduate Studies to aspire to be the first among the research faculties in Ghana and beyond, in order to help propel the university's effort in the direction of being research intensive. It is undeniable that postgraduate education is crucial to economic growth and development through its unique contribution to the knowledge economy. The idea is what has driven the university's agenda for the past 60 years of existence. Distinguished guests, the last academic year, as in previous ones, saw the maintenance of a familiar pattern which everyone must know by now, and that is our quest to achieve. As you'll be told by the Vice-Chancellor, the university continued to achieve despite the challenges and constraints in the environment within which it operates. I must commend members of management for bringing their managerial skills to bear in dealing with the constraints to ensure the survival of the university. Which is why I am happy to observe that the university continued on the path of growth and development, particularly in the area of infrastructural expansion. As I also indicated yesterday, one project that is worthy of mention and which requires the support of all, especially government and Nananom, is the construction of fence walls along portions of the university land to ward off further encroachment. In fact, unbridled encroachment is fast becoming a huge menace to further expansion of the university. In our forward march as a university, we have often been constrained by inadequacy and sometimes lack of funding, which is key to the growth and development of the educational enterprise. As you know, education is considered a major political priority in our world today. Indeed, wealth is found in knowledge, skills, and resourcefulness of people, attributes that are critical to the growth and development of the economy. There is therefore the need to provide adequate funding for both research and infrastructural needs of the university. Government is already making some effort to help finance university institutions, but I believe that a lot more effort could be made to support the university to attain more feats. The university itself has a role to play by finding innovative ways of generating revenue to support its research and infrastructural needs. I would like to take the liberty at this juncture to call on major stakeholders, especially industry, to join forces with the university in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I cannot end this welcome address without addressing a few words directly to our graduates. Accept my congratulations on a successful completion of your programs of study at the University of Cape Coast. Thank you. That was exactly what I was expecting. Today marks an important occurrence in your lives and those of your parents, loved ones, and guardians. Indeed, today is your crowning moment after years of toil. Your success in the world ahead of you would depend not only on what you have acquired here, but also on how you apply it. I can assure you that success will crown your endeavors in life if you bring discipline in all its forms to bear on whatever you do. In all things you do, strive to be good emissaries of the University of Cape Coast, the famous University of Competitive Choice. Do not ever forget the place your alma mater currently occupies in the Committee of Universities. I wish you well. On this note, and by the powers vested in me as chairman of the governing council of this university, I hereby constitute this assembly into the 7th and final session of the 54th congregation of the University of Cape Coast for the purpose of conferring higher degrees and awarding postgraduate diplomas. I thank you.
The valedictorian for the session enrolled on the PhD program Special Education at the Department of Education and Psychology in 2019. She completed her thesis within 3 years. She conducted a study on roles of special educational needs coordinators, SENCOs, in the implementation of inclusive education, IE. Her study is the first in Ghana to document the roles of SENCOs in the implementation of IE. The findings of her study are important in an era where Ghana has a policy document on IE which is being implemented in all school levels across the country to ensure that children with special educational needs are not left behind. More importantly, her study establishes the need for the Ministry of Education to include the roles of SENCOs in the IE policy. Currently, an extract of her study has been submitted to be considered for documentation in the revision of the policy. Having the roles of SENCOs documented in the IE policy will serve as a valuable source of information for their practice in Ghana. An extract of her study has also been accepted for publication in a reputable international journal. She is a faculty member at the Department of Education and Psychology here at the University of Cape Coast. She's married and has a child. Let's welcome our valedictorian, Ms. Martha Pell Okine.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Ministers of State, or their representatives present, the Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, the Chairperson of the University of Cape Coast Council, the Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, Provost, Deans and Directors, Nananum, members of convocation, distinguished invited guests, parents and families present, fellow graduates, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am privileged to stand before you to convey the words of the graduating class of 2023 as the valedictorian. I am profoundly grateful to the School of Graduate Studies and the entire management of the University of Cape Coast for this opportunity. I'd like to thank my supervisors, Professor Emmanuel Kofijima and Professor Irene van der Poy, for their unflinching support, selfless commitment, and guidance during the preparation of my thesis. Also, to the provost and faculty members of the College of Education Studies, I say thank you for the tremendous support. To all supervisors of the graduating group, thank you for your guidance and hard work. On behalf of my graduating colleagues, I salute all lecturers, administrators, and university workers for their commitment and dedication. To our families, thank you for your love, care, and sacrifices throughout this academic journey. I wish to congratulate all graduating students. As the Akans will say, Aiko! Momo ni ejuma pa. Our hard work, commitment, and perseverance have brought us this far. The journey was tough. The sleepless night, thoughts of giving up, fatigue, financial challenges, family responsibilities, among others. But with determination, hard work, resilience, and self-confidence, we have made it. We are proud to associate with a university that has been ranked by the Times Higher Education as the #1 university in Ghana, #1 university in West Africa, and the 4th in Africa. Fellow graduates, I respectfully appeal to you all to act on the intellectual training you have received from this great university to create opportunities for yourselves and not always wait to be employed. As we graduate today, let us be active participants of the alumni of this great university. My humble appeal to you all is to support your alma mater anytime you are called on. Let the words in our anthem be our guide in all our endeavors. Fellow graduates, the PhD and other degrees being conferred on us today place a great responsibility on us to utilize the knowledge we have acquired from this great university to cause a positive change in our various communities and the nation at large. Whichever field of work we individually may find ourselves, we should endeavor to work diligently, assiduously, and meticulously, regardless of the prevailing circumstances. We should avoid lackadaisical attitude. For in the book of Colossians 3, verse 23, Apostle Paul admonishes that whatever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not to men. Knowledge, they say, is power. And as Lord Artin, 1834 to 1902, succinctly put it, and I quote, power tends to corrupt. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Therefore, I appeal to you, my fellow graduates, let us learn to treat others with respect and decorum, and avoid using our qualification and position to undermine others. We should always be guided by our university's core values, namely excellence, equal opportunity, empowerment, and ethical behavior. If you're able to live by these values, we do not only make our university proud, but most importantly, become examples for others to emulate in our workplaces, communities, and the nation at large. We should activate our intellectual capacities and innovative competences to create a world devoid of conflict, tensions, and prejudice. Finally, colleagues, as we enter a new phase of life, I entreat you all to strive for excellence, to empower and to give equal opportunities to others in all spheres of life. The certificate we obtain today should encourage us to avoid mediocrity in all that we do. Lastly, I leave these words with you. Work hard, create social networks, and above all, be prayerful. Thank you, UCC, for the knowledge and the values you have inculcated in us. Thank you, families, for supporting us. Thank you, lecturers and administrators, for your unrelenting support. God bless Mother Ghana. Long live UCC. God bless you all. Thank you.
We shall rise and take the UCC anthem.
UCC, the for rise to your call, UCC.
please take your seats. We'll take the Vice Chancellor's address. Help me welcome Professor Johnson Yakubu, Vice Chancellor of University of Cape Coast.
Deputy Minister for Education, Reverend Dr. John Ntim Fojo, representing the Minister of Education. Honorable Obi Amwa, MP for Akuapem South, Minister of State Designate for Local Government, AAU Secretary General, Professor Olushura Oyewole, Nana Amba Enyamba, Konti Hima of Ogwa Traditional Area, representing the Omahin of Ogwa Traditional Area. Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Vice Chancellor of Koforidua Technical University, Professor David Kofi Esuma. Representative of Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Studies, Professor Samuel A. Donko. Former Vice Chancellors of UCC, former Pro-Vice Chancellors of UCC, Provosts, Deans, Directors, members of Convocation, alumni of the University of Cape Coast, parents and guardians, distinguished invited guests, friends in the media, staff and students, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I wish to add my voice to that of the Chairman of Council to the congregation of the University of Cape Coast. We appreciate highly the continuous and active participation of all stakeholders and our invited guests who, in spite of their busy schedules, have made time to honor our invitation. Statistics. Professor Chairman, the 5th to 7th sessions of the 54th congregation started from Friday, 3rd March to this morning. The 5th session held yesterday in the morning was devoted to 12,325 graduates of the College of Distance Education. At the 6th section, held in the afternoon, we presented a total of 15,142 graduates from the Institute of Education of the College of Education Studies who completed their studies in 2021-2022 academic year through the sandwich mode of delivery. Professor Chairman, at this morning's session, which is the 7th, we will be presenting a total of 2,090 graduates from the School of Graduate Studies. The breakdown is as follows. Doctor of Philosophy, PhD. It is not pulling him down. 110. Master of Philosophy, MPhil, 394. Master of Commerce, MCom, 56. Master of Nursing, MN, 8. Master of Education, MED, 505. Master of Business Administration, MBA, 731. Master of Science, MSc, 99. Master of Arts, MA, 61. Postgraduate Diploma, PGD, 55. Altogether, 2019. Overview of graduate studies in the University of Cape Coast. Professor Chairman, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduate education remains a strong focus of the University of Cape Coast. Over the years, the university has put in place measures that will continue to promote quality postgraduate education. Professor Chairman, with our high standard of quality assurance, coupled with our core values, postgraduate education in the University of Cape Coast means more than just acquiring a degree. It is an experience that allows postgraduate students to be stimulated holistically and grow into well-rounded first-class professionals. Professor Chairman, the number of postgraduate students in the University of Cape Coast has been increasing steadily, and we look forward to maintaining this irrespective of the recent competition in higher education. This increase in numbers means that the School of Graduate Studies needs to continue adopting new strategies to deepen its training to promote teaching, learning, and research. Again, the school will promulgate policies that will ensure quality and relevance of postgraduate programs to socio-economic development. In line with two of our core values as a university, academic excellence and equity of access to all opportunities and services, we shall continue to provide the needed support to place our graduate school on a pedestal befitting the university of competitive choice in the sub-region and beyond. I'm reporting on research grant. Samuel and Emilia Brew Butler Grassack Research Grant Fund. Samuel and Emilia Brew Butler continue to give financial support through offer of research grant to the School of Graduate Studies for access by all graduate students in the University of Cape Coast. The family established a research grant fund in 2015 to support graduate students in their research work. Since then, the family has donated annually in support of the fund. For this gesture, we are profoundly grateful. Professor Chairman, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I must add that the number of beneficiaries has increased from 27 to 57 since its inception. Awardees in the first category receive an amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis each. In the second category, the highest awardee received an amount of 5,200 and the lowest 2,500 Ghana cedis. Professor Chair, we wish to acknowledge the exemplary act of family philanthropism and benevolence. We are eternally indebted to the Brew Butler family. May the Almighty God bless them abundantly. Achievement of the School of Graduate Studies. Professor Chair, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the school is taking advantage of cutting-edge technology to enhance the processing of theses and dissertations to improve the graduation rate of students. Currently, the school has introduced the electronic submission of theses and dissertation to replace the traditional system, which mostly require submission of hardbound copies by students. it is envisaged that this system will bring major improvement in our thesis and dissertation processes. Training has already been done for staff and students, and the implementation of the system is currently being piloted. Professor Chair, the new School of Graduate Studies building complex is completed, commissioned, and being occupied. It represents one of the largest investments in postgraduate education in the university in recent times. Are you not happy? The new complex has facilities that help in the holistic improvement of postgraduate education in the University of Cape Coast. Professor Chair, ladies and gentlemen, during the year under review, that's 2021-2022 academic year, 10 new postgraduate programs were added to the existing programs. Challenges. Professor Chair, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, like any institution, the University of Cape Coast faces some challenges in spite of the many successes that we have chalked so far. Among these challenges are inadequate physical space for lecture rooms for our postgraduate students. Other areas of concern are late payment of fees by students. Please let me take it again. Other areas of concern are late payment of fees by students, which lead to late registration and non-registration of courses by the students. These issues are critical for promoting conducive academic environment that enables research, teaching, and learning. We invite interested individuals and organizations to partner the University of Cape Coast to put up structures that will help address some of these challenges. Yes, many firms have come, we've given them the MOUs, and we're expecting that they will come and put up structures. Up to now, none of them has come. The way forward. Prof. Chair, the future of postgraduate education in the University of Cape Coast is bright. This is because we are committed to our mission to mobilize the appropriate resources, human and material, from within and outside the university to ensure maximum utilization. We shall continually strive to deepen postgraduate training and promote teaching, learning, research, and creativity. Our faculty members continue to work hard to come up with new programs relevant for the promotion of economic, social, scientific, and technological development. One of the things that will play an important role in our march for greater heights is ICT. The university is embarking on a campus-wide ICT project that will help scaffold the process of academic work. Prof. Chair, we are also embarking on a drive to create new relevant programs, bring about modest decentralization in the implementation of postgraduate policy, increase flexibility in higher degree choices, and college-based seminars. Notable achievements. The first one is declaration by Times Higher Education World University Ranking. Prof. Chair, I'm happy to report that Times Higher Education World Universities Ranking has again declared the University of Cape Coast as top-ranked university, not only in Ghana, but in West Africa. And fourth on African continent. In terms of our research influence, the University of Cape Coast is ranked 24th. And again, the university is among the top 400 universities globally. I thought most of you would be clapping because this is a big achievement. We would like to acknowledge all who in diverse ways contributed to this feat. Our profound gratitude also goes to the following: Director of the Directorate of Research Innovation Consultancy and his deputies. Is he here? He's not here. Members of the committee who, by dint of hard work, ensured our success. Academic senior members whose research publications facilitated our success in the competition, and the past and present management who provided the right leadership. Two of them are here. Professor Chair, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to challenge the School of Graduate Studies to take the lead in our efforts to sustain this enviable achievement. In line with our strategic objectives, management wish to assure this assembly that we will not rest on our oars. We shall continue to put in place policies and adopt strategies that will strengthen the University of Cape Coast as a center of excellence. National award and recognition. Professor Chair, one of our own, Professor Engineer Samuel Kofi Tulashi, is he here? No. Has received 2 national awards during the Engineering Excellence Awards 2022, organized by Ghana Institutions of Engineering. They are 1, Engineering Concept and Innovation Award, and 2, Outstanding Researcher, Academic and Industrial Award. The World Health Organization has recently recognized and entered into WHO COVID-19 research database the research output of Dr. Daniel Edem Ajovi, is a lecturer at the Department of Communication Studies. Is he here? Spelling Bee Championship. The University Basic School participated in the 5th African Spelling Bee Championship in Malawi. The contestants, Master Kobina Edu and Pamensa Primary School and Master Edem Sebenya, JHS, made us proud by distinguishing themselves at the competition and placed 3rd. Appreciation to the members and staff of the School of Graduate Studies, the board of the school and academic board. I express my profound appreciation for the tireless efforts in training this number and caliber of higher degree graduates. Advice to the graduates. Congratulations once again. Today is a great day of victory, joy, and happiness you have long desired to witness. It has finally arrived. As management of the university, we share in your victory. It is also victory for us. Today's ceremony marks just the next step in your lives as you leave this campus into a world of opportunities and threats. Take advantage of the opportunities by deploying the skills, competencies, and knowledge you have acquired from this great institution. I will urge you to respond to the changing demands of today's job market. Broaden your horizon, be innovative, and embrace opportunities beyond your areas of study. Make your academic and professional achievements relevant to yourself, your families, and the society at large. We admonish you to stay connected with the University of Cape Coast through the Alumni Association. And we started last year. Each alumnus is paying 60 Ghana cedis. If you are in Ghana, if you are in the UK, 60 pounds. So register and pay it. We require you to be good ambassadors of the University of Cape Coast, and together let us make UCC even greater. May the Almighty God bless you and guide you every step of the way. Thank you for your attention.
I would welcome the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rosamond Boahene, assisted by Mr. Gideon Abakwe, Director of Academic Affairs, for the presentation of special prizes and awards.
Prof. Chair, please allow me to refer to the protocol already established. The Dean's Award of Excellence is received by candidates whose theses are judged by examiners to be of exceptional quality by technical content and accuracy of presentation. To qualify, a candidate must score a grade of B+ or better for the thesis and oral presentation. These theses should have been submitted before or by the official submission date. So the following candidates are receiving their awards this year. Doctor of Philosophy, please, if I mention your name, you step forward to receive your award. We have Martha Pearl Okai, PhD Special Education. Still Doctor of Philosophy. We have Reverend Philip Kwaku Takrama, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Thank you. We now move to Master of Philosophy. We have MPhil, Oceanography and Limnology. Francis Nuama, please step forward. We have the same MPhil, Oceanography and Limnology. Adiola Michael Dahunsi. MPhil, Oceanography and Limnology. Blessing Ebi Ogonodi. They are not here. MPhil, Oceanography and Limnology. Ando Kweku Amponsa. Please, let's give him a round of applause. MPhil, Oceanography and Limnology. Pame Sege Foga Agbetosu. MPhil, Oceanography and Limnology. Emmanuel Sandy Ofosu. MPhil, Fisheries Science. Eunice Osei Yeboah. MPhil, Integrated Coastal Zone Management. Esther Nyamiche Achiampong. MPhil, Integrated Coastal Zone Management. Priscilla Dada. Thank you. We are now inviting the next MPhil batch. We have MPhil Mathematics, Felix Fiadufe. MPhil Accounting Education. We have Masmos Walasi Kobi Sevo. We have MPhil Basic Education. We have George Egbanyele Aka. MPhil Basic Education. Stephanie Na Adei Hote. MPhil Mathematics Education, Emmanuel Eje. Oh, I don't know why you don't want to clap for this. Yes. MPhil Measurement and Evaluation, Cletus Owusu Yeboah. Good. MCOM, Procurement and Supply Chain Management, Zulaiha Hamidu. MCOM Finance, Josephine Yaso Sapon. MCOM Finance, Bernice Nkrumah Buedu. MCOM Finance, Ebenezer Boateng. MCOM Finance, John Mate Obloni. MCOM Finance, Emmanuel Asafo Eje. Where are they? Thank you very much. We now invite the supervisors for the 2 PhD students who received awards. So for Dr. Martha Pearl Okai, we have Professor Emmanuel Kofi Jima as the principal supervisor, and Professor Irene Vanderpoy, who is not here. So Professor Kofi Jima will take the award. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I would invite the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, Reverend Dr. John Intim-Fojo, to give us a brief remark.
Thank you very much. The Minister of State, Local Government, Rural Development and Decentralization, and Member of Parliament for Akuapem South, the Honorable Osebunsu Amwa, Chairman of Council, Professor Obin Mreku, my good friend, Professor Olusola Oyewole, the Secretary General of Africa Association of African Universities, members of Council, the Vice Chancellor of UCC, Professor Johnson Yakubuampon, and past vice chancellors of this great university, and vice chancellors of sister universities, pro-vice chancellor, registrar, members of convocation, junior members in statu populari, senior members in locus parentis, distinguished guests, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, I'm deeply honored to be here at the 7th session of the 54th Congregation of University of Cape Coast, and I present to you the warm compliments of the Minister for Education, Dr. Yao Osei Edichum. I'm really excited to be here on the grounds of the University of Competitive Choice. The university that is the bedrock of all knowledge, and one of the greatest universities we have, not only in Ghana, not only on this continent, but beyond the shores of this continent. The university that has gained wide acclaim and recognition as maintaining consistently the highest standards of quality of tertiary education for over 60 years in existence. I'm talking about the University of Cape Coast. You have every right to be proud of this achievement. It is a noble one. And to all graduating class and graduating students, I wish to say Ayiko to you all, and I wish to say congratulations to you, including the many, many familiar faces and good friends and loved ones who didn't invite me. I didn't know you were graduating today, but I found you graduating. Congratulations to you all. Indeed, this is a university that has won many laurels, laurels that we always are not shy to prefer, and laurels that are worth celebrating. You have, over 60 years, contributed meaningfully in shaping the education of this country, in contributing to nation building, in contributing to the body of knowledge, innovation, and research in this country and this continent. And that acclaim will forever be with you. But I wish to challenge you that your best days are definitely not behind you, but ahead of you. And I know that once more, you will rise up to the challenge of leading the charge in breaking the grounds, in ensuring that your high-earned reputation is sustained and consolidated upon. Education for many years and world over has been acclaimed and accepted as the surest strategy, an effective one at that, in transforming the fortunes of countries. The Western capitalist countries, who are far advanced today, embraced many years ago education, and today they are enjoying the dividends of this strategy. We want to ensure that every child, every boy, every girl, every student, and everyone born Ghanaian in this place, even in hard-to-reach areas, including those with disabilities and learning disabilities, from mild to moderate to severe disabilities, each one must have the opportunity for quality education and opportunity for lifelong education, and to realize their dreams, regardless of the home in which they are born, whether poor or rich. That has been the vision of His Excellency, the President of this country, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And that has occupied the attention of the Minister for Education, all of us at Ministry of Education, and our stakeholders. We want to ensure that we transform the fortunes of this country through knowledge and innovation and education. And therefore, when you see transformation occurring across the many facets of our education system, it is not even enough. There is even more we wish to do. From kindergarten all the way to the university and to graduate school, it is evident that transformation is taking place. In the year 2020, one Education Commission posited a report and stated therein that if nothing changes by the year 2030, nearly 825 million young people on this continent globally may reach adulthood without the skills needed to thrive in today's world. Ladies and gentlemen, 825 million is nearly half the global youthful population. Ghana, like Africa, is a youthful country. We have over 60% of our population below the age of 25 years. That presents to us a unique opportunity, and we want to transform this human capital and ensure that not only do they thrive, but they also possess the skills required to make a difference wherever they find themselves. And so transformation is taking place right from tertiary fronts all the way through secondary, and even more importantly, at the foundation level. We have been able to achieve a pre-primary enrollment of 100%, and we've been able to be successful at the right age enrollment, and there's more we still want to do. We're still pushing the inclusive education agenda, and we want to ensure that the curriculum that has been reformed, that is transformed, that is imbibing in the communication, critical skills, and creativity, critical thinking and creativity becomes a reality. That once a child completes 6 years of basic education, their learning achievement must be competitive as the one that is gained any part of the world. When the government is investing heavily in ensuring that the dream of the child in my village, the dream of the child in Zwarungu, to Azim, to Asin Kruwa, to Busmaje, and Jalokope is realized, in becoming a professor, a teacher, a lawyer, clergyman, a nurse, or medical professional, it's not truncated by systemic barriers, and it's not truncated by economic barriers. The introduction of free SHS has, since 2016, its introduction, become very meaningful and transforming many lives and giving opportunities to millions of students. Before the introduction of free SHS, data has it that nearly 120,000 students, very bright with bright futures, were truncated and could not transition to SHS because they didn't have the wherewithal. The average enrollment at secondary level before the introduction of free SHS was 830,000. Just this year, with the ongoing placement and enrollment of the current TVET and SHS students, 500,000 over students have been placed. And by the time the enrollment is complete, they would have added on to nearly 2.7 million students that free SHS policy has impacted positively since its introduction. Professor Chair, we are very willing and able and poised, even in transforming our tertiary sector, ensuring that we attain a gross tertiary enrollment ratio of 40% by 7 years' time in 2030. We're on course. At the moment, we're not doing so bad. There's been an improvement to current 20%, but we want to do more to be able to cross the bar and get to the point where we want to see our gross tertiary enrollment. But one worrying trend which Africa and many low-income countries face is the number of researchers per million people in population. And that is why I'm particularly excited at attending the 7th session, because this session presents the men and women who are going to be conferred upon various research and graduate degrees, many of whom will be accepted and be joining the already outstanding and renowned academics and researchers we have in UCC and we have in this country. But Africa as a whole has just about 198 researchers per million people. And that is not even half of the average researchers per million people we have across the world. In Chile alone, they have around the average, around half of the average, about 478 researchers per million people. In UK and the United States, over 4,000. And in Finland, over 7,706 researchers per million people. You would agree with me when the good book says that the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time. And indeed, knowledge, research, and innovation, these are the pillars that is driving the world today. With advancement of technology and with advancement of innovation each day, we want to raise a critical mass of the people who have the abilities to break grounds and venture into researches that will build knowledge, and research that will drive and advance innovation for our relevant socio-economic transformation. And that is the charge that I give to my dear graduates, that the pursuit of your various degrees today is a very great moment in your lives. Whilst I say Ayuko to you and I congratulate you, I know that you receive this honor with a sense of pride. It is a great day and a great honor for you, your families, and your loved ones. But I would want to challenge you that beyond the glory of this day, You do not let your PhD thesis gather dust anywhere on any shelf. Take it on. Your MPhil thesis, your MSc, your MA thesis. Apply it, advance it, build upon it wherever you find yourself. Make sure that your research impacts society, impacts industry, impacts wherever institution that you find yourself. And you are the first agent of that transformation. You are the first person that must believe in your research and to be able to embrace it and consolidate upon it and build upon it and even dare to venture into other grounds. That will ensure that we embark on researches that will tackle assertively the many myriads of complex challenges we face in society today, from climate change to transportation, environment, education, economics, engineering, and many facets. I must, at this point, commend highly the university administration for forming and their effort at forming an engineering faculty, and I know that with the laurels you've won in many other fields, this will be a successful journey that many institutions across the world will come to look upon and emulate. At this point, whilst we all celebrate the strides we've made in our collective journey, we would not end this without recognizing the unique contribution and commitment that University of Cape Coast has come with us at the Ministry of Education in this journey of education transformation. And we would want to court more of this collaboration and support in transforming education in every community in this country. I would want to urge you to do more. And Professor Chair, at this juncture, permit me to assure you of government's continued commitment in supporting this university to achieve the tenets of your mission and vision and to advance your strategic objectives. We remain committed to supporting you, and we will continue to collaborate to do more for this great university. I would want at this point to call upon us all to rise up to the call. To the call we shall rise, and to do more for ourselves, our country, and our great institution. I thank you very much for your attention. God bless you.
We'll take a musical interlude. Let's welcome Gideon Afezi from the Department of Music.
Upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount with wings like eagles. They shall walk and not be wearied. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. But they that wait, but they that wait, but they that wait upon the Lord, shall renew their strength. But they that wait, but wait upon the Lord. Shall renew their strength. So wait on the Lord. So wait on the Lord. He will guide and uphold you, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So wait on the Lord. So wait on the Lord. He will guide and uphold you, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. But they that wait, but they that wait, but they that wait upon the Lord, shall renew their strength. But they that wait, but they that wait, but they that wait upon the Lord, shall renew their strength. You never gave a promise that the journey will be easy. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. Your grace and mercy is all I need. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. You never gave a promise that the journey will be easy. Your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy has brought me thus far.
For the conferment of degrees, I welcome Mr. Jephte Emmanuel Onyame, Registrar for the University of Cape Coast.
Thank you, Akosia. At a point, I wanted him to stop because you had taken over. And so, following that beautiful rendition, which itself was preceded by an insightful, inspiring extempore address by the Honorable Deputy Minister. We have arrived at the moment we've been waiting for, the crowning moment, which is conferment of degrees and award of diplomas, postgraduate diplomas for that matter.
And so I have the pleasure to invite the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, Professor Sarah Dakwa, to present the graduates.
Will the graduating students of the School of Graduate Studies stand and remain standing?
All of you.
Chairman of Council, I, Professor Mrs. Sarah Dakwa, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, present to you the graduates of the School of Graduate Studies standing before you and others who are unavoidably absent, from whom I stand proxy. These graduates have followed the approved programs of study over the stipulated period, passed the required examinations, and have thus become eligible for the academic awards to which their studies entitle them. I pray for conferment of the awards due them.
Dean, School of Graduate Studies, by the authority vested in the academic board of the university, I, Professor Obin Mreku, Chairman of Council, now hereby pronounce the graduates presented duly graduated. Please accept my congratulations.
Now you are duly graduated. May you please turn your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Kindly take your seats.
Prof. Chair, with your kind permission, I'll introduce the fresh PhDs. We start from the College of Humanities and Legal Studies, Faculty of Social Sciences. Dr. Eric Sechi, PhD Sociology. Dr. Francis Ening Anoche. Please, you come forward. Okay, that's fine. Dr. Francis Ening Anoche, PhD Sociology. Dr. Isaac Ignatius Yankee, PhD Sociology. Dr. Adrina Anakwa Anderson, PhD Tourism Management. Dr. Kate Jesse, PhD Tourism Management. Dr. Rachel Olawoyin, PhD Geography and Regional Planning. Dr. Emmanuel Ebiesi Mensah, PhD Geography and Regional Planning. Dr. Prince Kwame Odami, PhD Geography and Regional Planning. Dr. Prince Justin Anku, PhD Population and Health. Okay, all right, that's right. Faculty of Arts, Dr. Kojo Efriye Adumako, PhD Ethnomusicology. Dr. Margaret Delali Numekevo,
PhD, Music Education. Dr. Emmanuel Salom Gligbe, PhD, French as a Foreign Language. Dr. Lucio Tugbo, PhD, French. Dr. Mawira Gli, PhD, French. Dr. Ellen Blessing Sobeng, PhD, English Language. Dr. Helen Oma Voa Yenon Ahiale, PhD, English Language. Dr. Richmond Yeboah, PhD, International Studies. Dr. Patience Na Lamioko Esilfi, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Dr. Livingston Yao Tosu, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Dr. Daniel Kwesi Kumsen, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Dr. Maxwell Kojotibu, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Dr. Philip Kweku Takrama, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Dr. Christina Amma Jakpasu, PhD, Religion and Human Values. Dr. Seth Kwejo Frimpong, PhD, History. School of Business. Dr. Salome Ofori Apia, PhD, Business Administration. Dr. Fanuel Wunu, PhD, Business Administration. Dr. Patrick Ofori Opong, PhD, Business Administration. Dr. Kojo Ankuma, PhD, Business Administration. Dr. Daniel Yeboah Osei, PhD, Business Administration. Dr. Alexander Asante, PhD, Business Administration. Dr. Samuel Kwesi Kujo, PhD, Business Administration. School of Economics. Dr. Felicia Saki, PhD, Economics. Dr. Benedicta Leonora Akrono, PhD, Economics. Dr. Isaac Kwame Amwa Ahenfo, PhD, Economics. Dr. Isaiah Sikayena, PhD, Economics. Wow. Okay. Dr. Isaac Sikayena, PhD, Economics. Dr. Edmond Edinkra Daakon, PhD, Economics. Dr. Evans Klu, PhD, Economics. Dr. Isaac Chere, PhD, History. School of Development Studies. Dr. Juliet Dufie Otami, PhD, Development Studies. Dr. James Kwabna Bomfe Jr., PhD, Development Studies. Dr. Daniel Boachi Dankwa, PhD, Development Studies. College of Education Studies, Faculty of Educational Foundations. Dr. Betty Frances Beidu, PhD, Guidance and Counseling. Dr. Amma Akon, PhD, Guidance and Counseling. Dr. Patience Araba Mba, PhD, Guidance and Counseling. Dr. Florence Aquile Intre, PhD, Guidance and Counseling. Dr. Teresa Dede Lawe, PhD, Guidance and Counseling. Dr. Frank Kwanzaa, PhD, Measurement and Evaluation. Dr. Isaac Amwako, PhD, Measurement and Evaluation. Dr. Regina Sally Mason, PhD, Educational Psychology. Dr. Inusa Mahama, PhD, Educational Psychology. Dr. Daniel Japon Nimo, PhD, Educational Psychology. Dr. Martha Pearl Okai, PhD, Special Education. Dr. Isaac Nyame, PhD, Special Education. Dr. Emmanuel Kwame Labi Mante, PhD, Special Education. Faculty of Science and Technology Education. Dr. Patience Fakonam Do, PhD, Health Promotion. Dr. Kojo Owusu, PhD, Physical Education. Dr. Munkaila Seibu, PhD, Physical Education. Dr. Medina Shrem Sai, PhD, Physical Education. Dr. Muhammad Nuruddin Al-Hassan, PhD, Mathematics Education. Dr. Richard Shre Asuma, PhD, Mathematics Education. Dr. Daniel Bomita, PhD, Mathematics Education. Dr. Charles Kwabna Say, PhD, Mathematics Education. Jafet Kwesi Osiakwang, PhD, Mathematics Education. Dr. Charles Amwa Eje, PhD, Science Education. Dr. Edward Fayar, PhD, Science Education. Dr. Anthony Daze, PhD, Science Education. Dr. Aminu Aliyu, PhD, Science Education. Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences Education. Dr. Gifty Edna Anani, PhD, Arts Education. Dr. Alberta Krantuma Afum, PhD, Arts Education. Dr. Charles Jijonu Edo, PhD, Arts Education. Dr. Emmanuel Shreda Otabil, PhD, Accounting Education. Dr. Peter Anti Parte, PhD, Economics Education. Dr. Peter Yidana, PhD, Economics Education. Dr. Justice Kojo Gabriel Ejenim Boaten, PhD, Management Education. Dr. Anthony Hercules Texan, PhD, Management Education. Dr. Patrick Atta, PhD, Management Education. Dr. Anastasia Nana Ama Kumikosa, PhD, Management Education. Dr. Nicholas Ando, PhD, Management Education. Dr. Rosemary Kwaku, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Emmanuel Asare Bediako, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Vincent Mensa Minaji, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Jerome Nketia Jr., PhD, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Daniel Kweku Anhre, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Adjoa Dufie Ejay, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching. Institute of Educational Planning and Administration. Dr. Joseph Nchi Asamoah, PhD, Educational Leadership. College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. School of Agriculture. Dr. Vincent Botwe Ansa, PhD, Agricultural Economics. Dr. Zikiru Shaibu, PhD, Agricultural Extension. Dr. Isaac Kwesi Asante, PhD, Agricultural Extension. Dr. John Kwesi Okran, PhD, Agricultural Extension. Dr. Bernard Archibald Senyo Ajiman, PhD, Agricultural Extension. Dr. Elliot Kweku Anyidohu, PhD, Food and Post-Harvest Technology. Dr. Rosalind Love MacArthur, PhD, Food and Post-Harvest Technology. Dr. Mark Tutusapon, PhD, Crop Science. Dr. Adeyinka Saburu Adewumi, PhD, Crop Science. Dr. Emmanuel Andomensa, PhD, Crop Science. Dr. Doris Mensa Wonchi, PhD, Crop Science. Dr. Prosper Diodene Lumon, PhD, Crop Science. Dr. Angela Arthur, PhD, Land Use and Environmental Science. School of Fiscal Sciences. Dr. Michael Akrofi Anang, PhD, Chemistry. Dr. Linda Amwakon, PhD, Computer Science. Dr. Samuel Osei, PhD, Physics. Dr. Daniel Sechi Arthur, PhD, Physics. Dr. Ernest Kojo Edufo, PhD, Physics. Dr. Theophilus Akumia Saki, PhD, Physics. Dr. Prince James Adeti, PhD, Physics. Dr. Francis Fehi Togbo, PhD, Statistics. Dr. Alfred Awu Asiwome Edu, PhD, Statistics. School of Biological Sciences. Dr. Enoch Salom Kofi Ofori, PhD, Entomology. Dr. Salisu Shaban, PhD, Molecular Biology and Biotechnology. College of Health and Allied Sciences. School of Allied Health Sciences. Dr. James Kumi, PhD, Drug Discovery and Toxicology. And Dr. Edna Jifa Do, PhD, Parasitology. Thank you very much, Prof. Chair.
would invite Mr. Samuel Danso Akoto, the President of the UCC Alumni Association, to administer the alumni oath.
Thank you. Professor Chair, permit me to stand on the already established protocols as I administer the alumni oath. On behalf of the executive of the UCC Alumni Association, I would like to say a huge congratulations to you all. You have indeed made it, and I think you deserve another round of applause for yourselves. So I know a couple of us might have taken this oath once or twice already, but as a sign of rededication to our great alumni, I would humbly request that we do it again. May we please be on our feet. So when I say I, you insert your name and we proceed from there. We'll get to a point where the gentlemen will have to say alumnus and the ladies will have to say alumna. So let's take notes and do accordingly. Let's start. I do solemnly pledge to faithfully fulfill my duties as an alumnus of the University of Cape Coast. I pledge to use my knowledge, skills, and experience to the best of my ability for the advancement of learning and the well-being of my community and country. I promise to be a loyal ambassador for my university, to promote its welfare and maintain its reputation. I will endeavor in all my dealings to be known as a person of honor and repute, to bring respect to my alma mater. So help me God. Once again, congratulations to you all. Go out there and make UCC proud. Thank you very much. Before I take my seat, I would like to remind all of us of the 60 at 60. The university has given us so much. We are not asking for too much if we are to give 60 cedis, $60, 60 pounds to support our great university. Just to say that for those in Nigeria, we will take 60,000 naira. And for those in Zimbabwe, we will take 6 million naira. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular privilege of acknowledging a few dignitaries we have at the stage. First, the chairman of the Governing Council of UCC, Professor Bing Mreku. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Johnson Yakubu Ampong. Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rosamond Bohini. The Registrar, Mr. Jefte Emmanuel Onyame. Let's acknowledge the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, Reverend Dr. John Intim-Fojo. The Honorable Minister-Designate, Local Government and Rural Development and MP for Equiapim South, the Honorable Obi Amua. We are acknowledging former Director General of Education, Ghana Education Service, Professor Kwesi Opoku Amankwa. District Director of Education, Abra Asebu Kwamankese, Madam Dorcas Asari. The Queen Mother of Efutu, Anne Krontehima of Ogwa Traditional Area, Nanamba Iyaba. We are acknowledging council members present, Professor Eric Anane. Dr. Justus Precious Daikuma. Dr. Samuel Bert Bwedikusi. Mr. Samuel Danso Akoto. Mr. Latif Lawrence Johowi. Mr. Adam Achire. and the Senior Assistant Registrar, Council Secretariat, Mr. Emmanuel Edu. We are acknowledging former officials. Professor Domweni Dabere Kumpole is former Vice Chancellor, UCC. Professor Joseph Gati-Ampia, former Vice Chancellor, UCC. Other dignitaries we are acknowledging: Professor Olusholo Oyewole, Secretary General, Association of African Universities. We are acknowledging Vice Chancellor, Koforidua Technical University, Professor David Isuman. Representative of the Vice Chancellor, UDS, Professor Samuel Donko. The Registrar of GIMPA, Mrs. Victoria Kumbo. Executive Secretary, National Interest Movement, Dr. Susanna Iduamankwa. We acknowledge wife of the Vice Chancellor, UCC, Mrs. Georgina Nyante Chiwa Buampong. To our Provost, College of Education Studies, Professor Ernest Kofi Davis. College of Humanities and Legal Studies, Professor Kwame Osei Kwating. College of Distance Education, Professor Mohammed Anochi Adam. And Provost for the College of Health and Allied Sciences, Professor Martins Ekor. Business partners here: Mr. Richard Denakbo is manager, GCB Bank, UCC branch. And the manager for Zenith Bank, UCC branch, Mr. Ernest Minta. We equally acknowledge Mr. Gideon Enoch Abakwe. He is Director of Academic Affairs, UCC. We acknowledge Director of Public Affairs, UCC, Major Kofi Bar Bentum, retired, and the Chairman, Chaplaincy Committee, UCC, Professor Kankam Bweju. We are also extending a lot of warmth to Dr. Francis Na Akronu, Registrar for the Cape Coast Technical University. Thank you very much. I'll call on the Chairman of Council, Professor Obeng Mreku, to dissolve this congregation.
VT comes before this one, isn't it? Okay. Minister, Honorable Minister of Education, ably represented by the Deputy Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. John Intim Fojo, Vice Chancellor, Professor Olusolo Oyewole, Secretary General of the Association of African Universities, Honorable Obi Amwa, MP for Akuapem South and Minister Designate for Local Government, members of the University Council, Nana Amba Eyeba, Krontihima of Ugwa Traditional Area, Vice Chancellors of sister universities present, past Vice Chancellors of UCC, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, members of Convocation, distinguished guests, our friends from the media, dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the University of Cape Coast and on my own behalf, I wish to express sincere appreciation to all of you for honoring our invitation to attend the 7th and final session of the 54th Congregation of the University. We are very grateful to those of you who were present at the 5th and 6th sessions as well. We wish you all a safe journey to your respective destinations. It is now my pleasure to declare this 7th and final session of the 54th Annual Congregation of the university dissolved. I thank you.
I will invite Reverend Professor Kankam-Boadu to give the closing prayer. We shall rise for the closing prayer and remain standing after the prayer for the UCC anthem.
Let us be silent before the Most High God. And so, Father, let your people go in peace. Your word has been fulfilled. Our eyes have seen the graduation day. Lord, we pray that the certificates that we have acquired may not be useful only to us, but to the nation and the world beyond. Father, open doors for these, your handmaids. Let them be recognized positively wherever they find themselves. Now, as we are living for our destination, we pray, O Lord, that your presence will go with us. The Lord bless and keep us. The Lord make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. The Lord lift up his countenance upon us and give us peace this day and forevermore. Amen.
We are the likeness of the Lord. UCC, we are the teachers of the nation. We learn to teach, we find out and pass on, we console, we guide, that all may be enlightened. UCC, therefore rise to your call. UCC, to the call, let us rise to our call, let us rise where it has no peace, no man. UCC, therefore rise to your call. UCC, to the call, let us rise to our call, let us rise where it has no peace, no man. UCC, we are the complex of the Lord. UCC, we are the bedrock of our darling. Be proud of this, we students and workers in concert shall work, that your image may be heightened. UCC, therefore rise to your call. UCC, to the call, let us rise to our call, let us rise where it has no peace, no man. UCC, therefore rise to your call. UCC, to the call, let us rise to our call, let us rise where it is no peace, no man. UCC, we are the kindness of them all. UCC, we are the branch of the throne. We train, we mold, and live by his mission to impart all virtues that Ghana may be strength. UCC, therefore rise to your call. UCC, to the call, let us rise to our call, let us rise where it has no man. UCC, therefore rise to your call. UCC, to the call, let
shall remain standing as council and special guest recess. Convocation will join the recession. Let's not leave yet. Please, let's settle for some announcements. Let's not leave yet. Just for a minute. Please sit. Let's take a few announcements. So to our graduates, let's kindly settle for these announcements. Please note that the distribution of your certificates will take place in this auditorium. You would pick your certificates from this auditorium. And then the gowns you're wearing, we are giving you certificates but not with the gowns. So please return the gowns to the point you pick them from. Thank you very much. There's another one.
Please, if you've taken your certificate already, just return the gown. They'll clear you, then you go and continue with your party. If you haven't taken your certificate, return the gown, pick your sheet, bring any kind of national ID or your student ID and pick the certificate up, and then you can go for the party. Because at a point, those distributing will also break off. When you come after your party, you meet them. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much and congratulations.
Hello, please. Some few more announcements. Hello, some few more announcements. The following PhD graduates: Daniel Gometa.